Well, here we are at the front door of the First Baptist Monroe Sanctuary, which has been closed for 8 months. But I'm excited to share with you that on Sunday, November the 22nd at 10:30 a.m., these doors will open for in-person worship. So whether you're already a part of the First Baptist Monroe Church family and you feel comfortable joining us for in-person worship, or if you've been an online guest over these past few months and you want to get a closer look at the church family here at First Baptist Monroe, I hope you mark your calendar for the date of November 22nd to come join us. And as we prepare for this transition back to in-person worship while we remain in a pandemic, here is some of what you can expect as we relaunch the in-person worship experience here on the campus of First Baptist Monroe. Reverend Owens, what's the first thing we need to know?
So when you arrive on campus, there will be two main entryways that will give you access to the facility. The first one is here on our portico door, giving you access to the gathering area. And the second entryway will be the front doors to the sanctuary located on the Main Street side of the campus.
So whether you're entering from the gathering area where Reverend Owens just was, or you come through the front door here at the church, you'll be greeted with the same sign, the 7 steps to prevent the spread of COVID-19, which reminds us to wash our hands and to put on our masks. And if you forget your mask on a particular Sunday, don't worry. We'll have a mask for you because it is required before we enter the sanctuary.
And so as you're moving about the facility, we want to remind you to make sure you maintain proper physical distancing. When in this space, remember that waves are the new handshake. So when you enter the sanctuary, whether you choose to enter from the front or the rear, we're going to ask that you please go directly to your seat with your family unit. As you enter, you will notice that every other pew has been marked off. So we ask that you please respect those restrictions, and you'll know which seats are available by the corresponding white tents available on the back of each pew. As you enter, we're going to ask that you please fill in the pews beginning at the front and work your way back. So as you arrive at a potential seat, you and your family unit can sit down, and we're going to ask that you take the nearby marker and write your name on the corresponding tent. This will allow us to expedite the seating process in future weeks because we'll know which family unit is sitting where. And it also allows us the ability to contact trace in the event that there is potential exposure. So again, when you enter the sanctuary, go directly to your seat. Be sure to locate an available seat with the white tent, and please respect the pews that are marked off.
So after you've come and you've found your seat, you've claimed your seat, and that will be your seat moving forward. As we gather for worship, things might be a little different for the time being. So here are a few things we can expect as we worship in person. First, there won't be any bulletins. You need to be able to experience the Holy Spirit throughout worship. There'll be no passing of the offering plates. At the end of each service, you'll have an opportunity, whatever door you may leave from, to drop your offering off in the offering plate at that exit point. There will be no congregational singing, and I know that's disappointing for so many of us, but there will be singing. For each congregational hymn that is prepared for that day, Logan Williams, our interim worship leader, will be leading us in song. But don't worry, there will at times be other vocal selections, but based on being in a pandemic, there will be no more than a trio at those times. Communion will be observed, maybe not as often as before, but it will be observed. However, we'll be using prepackaged elements, and they'll be at your place on that particular Sunday. So I invite you to come. Be ready to experience God in a new and refreshing way.
Well, as we prepare to return to worship together in person here at First Baptist Monroe, there are a few things that we want to make sure that you're aware of. First, our gathering time has now changed. We will begin worship at 10:30 a.m., starting with our first in-person service on November 22nd. This is a change that we're going to be making for our worship services going forward, so make sure you prepare your clocks, and I'll look forward to seeing you beginning at 10:30 in the morning on November 22nd. Second, we know that sometimes you may feel it's best for you to remain at home, or you might be traveling and not able to be here in person with us. And that's okay, because you can still join us for worship at 10:30 thanks to our recently acquired live stream equipment. Just continue to find us on the internet, on our Facebook page or website, just like you've been doing for the last 8 months. So we'll be glad to join with you at 10:30 each Sunday morning, whether you're here with us in person or you're needing to watch from the comfort of your home. Finally, I want to remind us all that when we're here at church, we need to be mindful of maintaining our physical distancing. So in the event that you feel like you want to fellowship or just catch up with some of your fellow church members, please do that outside. And just remember, our worship services begin at 10:30 starting on November 22nd. So I look forward to seeing you all then.
Psalm 104:5 says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Go into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name, for the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation." We've been able to worship during this pandemic, but we have the opportunity to give praise to God in this space and worship him even more intimately in this sanctuary. Now that Governor Cooper has moved North Carolina to phase 3, I and the leadership team feel we can safely gather for in-person worship again. And I hope you're as excited about our relaunch of worship as the First Baptist Monroe staff is. We've waited a long time. I want to say a special thanks for everyone who served and continues to serve on the leadership team, who have helped make all the decisions in the way the First Baptist Monroe Church family has approached this pandemic. These folks have prayed and sought the Spirit's guidance every step of the way. And the reason they chose November 22nd as our relaunch date is the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and we have much to thank God for. I'm so thankful for their leadership. I want to thank you, the church family and guests, for your patience as we've chosen to err on the side of caution regarding in-person worship during this pandemic. But the time is almost here, and we look forward to welcoming all of you for worship in our sanctuary in person beginning on November 22nd. And knowing some of you will continue to join us online as you have done faithfully the last 8 months, I look forward to this relaunch date. I'm looking forward to worshiping with you soon as we exist to love God, love within, and love beyond. And now I want to leave all of you with these parting words. May God's grace be enough in your time of trouble. May Christ's strength lift you when you're weak. And may the Holy Spirit guide you in word and deed. Peace and love. Go with God.